Yeah, more time people ask me, why you post something there? Why you put up them something by your status? Why? What's the point? What are you trying to communicate? And if you never said it before, let me just put it out there now again. Basically, I want to get people to question their belief. That is my agenda, to have people to question their beliefs. And so if you question your beliefs and you're still comfortable in your beliefs, then fine. But if you don't question your belief, or if you have doubts, or if you have certain fears, or you wonder certain things, then may I encourage you to go further, question your beliefs, because sometimes when you believe certain things, you don't know why you believe it. You can end up believing the wrong things. And that's why we can have situations like the Kevin Smith situation, where a few years ago he could get one of his congregants to put another one of his congregants on an altar for sacrifice. That's why we can have them something, because people don't question their beliefs. They really believe that there are specific people in the world or in the earth where, quote unquote, God spirit is upon. So anything that person say, you must just obey it. So in this case in Jamaica, real story, true story, Kevin Smith get people, put other people on altar and sacrifice them. And you might all say that is not a good example, that was clearly a cult. But I'm saying most Christians are in a cult. All Christians, I would say, all religious systems are cults. So don't think that you are immune from cultish behavior because it's not as severe or it's not bringing you direct physical pain, but it's causing emotional pain, psychological pain. You just, in your subconscious, you have to constantly be saying, "Why that thought come to my mind? God forgive me." You have to always over yourself and I say, "God, I watch my thoughts. I can't." You know, just imagine somebody over your PP clock, as the mother say in Jamaica. You can't move, you can't scratch, you can't. It's like you walk on eggshell. That's a fear-based system. And even though they must say the God of the Bible is a God of love, if him can see your thoughts, I sure know say most of it not always have clean, pure thoughts. Sometimes we even have what them call intrusive thoughts. And if you're not careful, you can act out those intrusive thoughts. That is why some persons commit murders, because them act out the thoughts. But all of us have intrusive thoughts. Just can you imagine that how many times you'd have to be asking God to forgive you for the thoughts that sometimes you don't have no control over. And so that is why I do the work that I do. It's something I'm very passionate about. I want people to wake up and see and realize, look, you know, things have been given to us, or beliefs have been given to us, and we need to question them, because if we don't question them, we might end up living a less fulfilled life. We might be living our lives in fear. And I'll tell you this, I am no prophet and I can't see the future. But based on what I've experienced since my short time here on earth, very short time here on earth, coming out that old, right? Based on like a couple years here on earth, I can't tell you this. Nobody now come for save we. We have to save ourselves. And the Christ and the God that people look for, may I say it out clear if I never say it out clear as this before. I want people to see the God them look for outside of themselves is already in them. The kingdom of heaven is within you. That's why the Christ consciousness in the Bible. That is the consciousness the Christ that try to explain in the Bible. But people think that they need to go pray to some outside external being. And this is not exclusive to Christianity. Most religions are like this. And so my aim, my agenda, my purpose, my role in this, because I don't know everything, but I am tapping into energies and sources that know. And when I say energy and source, I'm not talking some me chanting or going down some type of what you call it now, conspiracy lane where me do certain practices where you can say, oh, I have a reason for saying I follow the devil now. Because that is the next problem. If anything that is not a part of what you believe, you automatically demonize it and say it's of the devil. But what if I tell you something? Suppose me tell you say, a lot of things that you believe, as some of you are Christians, let's say, or whichever religion you're part of. Because Jamaica don't have Christians alone, they have Muslims too. They have other religions here. Rastafarian. But we know Christianity as the biggest religion in this country. And more you understand, say, a lot of the sacrifices, a lot of the rituals that you perform can be considered devilish. Can you imagine you have eat the body of Christ? Symbolic, yes, symbolic. Drink this wine and just eat this. Yeah, so I'm just pick up from where I did left off. For some reason, a part of my video just get silent for some reason. So more people really understand what go on in terms of beliefs. I think me talk something about the idea of cult and the fact that me I tap into energies that, and what I mean by that, if I put it clearly, is that me I talk about things will just come up on my spirit. It's gonna come like on my days and now, and my spirit just tell myself it does do that video here. And so I get information. And I pray to nobody, and I perform a ritual, and I join a cult, and I'm part of no organization. None of them something. Just inner consciousness me I deal with. The God within me, the God and Christ consciousness within me allow me to see certain things. And again, I don't know everything. I mean, I play this spiritual guru role. I don't depend on that. I don't believe in them something. I don't want over nobody. As a matter of fact, when I left the church, let me just go off tangent a little bit. When I left the church, a lot of people in the church thought that I was going to join some other group and that I belong to some. So what are you doing now? What you believe now? Which church you're going now? What? Nothing like that. Solo. Just held my head down and was doing my research, and painful as it was, I really appreciate the journey, because looking back, this is the best. This is a better version than me than the version that was before. More self-aware, more aligned with what is happening in reality, right? More open to new ideas and perspectives, not close-minded, right? And so, coming back to the point to me I make, you might think that what you believe is not a cultish practice because it's not a Kevin Smith situation. But Kevin Smith was just outright, clear as day example of cultish behavior, but you have subtle cultish behavior. For example, again, the cultish behavior that many people practice, many Christians practice, let's say, is the communion, the wine and the bread, representing or symbolic of the body, the body of Christ and the blood of Christ. You drink that every communion, you eat that every communion. In any other religion, you'd say that wrong. That sounds like some cultish thing, that sounds devilish. So some of the things that we have believe, the thing inverted here. Let me tell you this. Again, we want to hear if we never say it before, nobody now come for save we. We have to save ourselves. And we have to save ourselves by going in. We have another song will come out. We'll deal with that. We're going to deal with that. We're going to talk about that. So if you like the work of me do, just make it known. The work of me do is out of passion and a love to humanity. It's not all about me, it's about us. We alone we have on earth. Believe it or not, all of the atrocities that go on are just we alone we have. And now say there is not possibility of there being other beings out there. But me have to always ask myself this question. If somebody looks at me and tell me, say, them I'm a God, I may never say that person yet. There's a claim that is made. And them I'm a God. The book I say it, through the book, that the person that talk to me through the book. Them I'm a God, but me never see this person yet. When that God come, how me I gonna know? And even if that God come, how can I be sure that God is not a charlatan or an imposter? You see, we will never know. We will never know. It could be. Let me put this in your mind for a moment. Think of this, right? Let us say, because the Bible said, God said, I am God and there is no other. So the Bible said. But me I ask myself the question, if I make that claim there, in a fearful love, me say, in the first part of the song, me say, why does he claim to be the God of every nation? The reason I ask the question there is that me I strive to make people get to say, in the Bible, God says he's God and there is no other. And he also said he should have no other God above me. But if you are the only God, why would you be concerned? Listen to the question now. If you are the only God that exists, why you have to make that declaration? Because in truth, there are other gods throughout history. And that Bible God, that demiurge, because I use some term where some people never probably hear before, after do your research you learn that demiurge, that imposter, want to usurp full authority over all creation. Because he knows what we are. He knows what we are. And you can look at it literally, you can look at it symbolic. Because for me, most of these stories and these books, all of this religious text them are symbology. But if you want to interpret it literally, it still proves the point that God in the Bible, I try to just protect for himself because he don't want nobody else here for him. But come to fast forward to me, I say, at the end of the day, we will never know if when God come, and after the true God will come for us. We're not gonna never know because nobody never sat us down. It's like you have an absentee father and when one day the father show up. Somebody show up and say them are your father and you know the question, you just go in them. Boom bam. That is the end of you. And these things happen. I'm your father. I'm your father and I've been watching you for many years. And them tell you everything about you, but them are not your father. Them just still watch you social engineering. They will watch you. And then convince you because you feel desperate and you want a father in your life. You go with them. And this can happen to adults too. But mostly this happens to naive, inexperienced people, like children. And so me say that are we going to be those naive, inexperienced children that when I have a question we say if God roads come back, or we are going to show said the God that you can put things in your mind for trick you? Sure. But you're not going to ever know. The point I make is that if you have to look for your God outside of yourself, that means that God is not really existing. The God is supposed to be present. If them have to tell you, say, you have to go looking at the sky for God, you have to go wait for how many years or do these things to make God come, or prophecies have to fulfill before God comes, then that means that something means that something not add up. I'm going to leave it this. I don't want the video too long. There's a lot to share. A lot more work we plan for though, but I just have to do it in stages and step at time and I not rush the thing. Yeah, because this time, yeah. Oh no. Let knowledge be a part of the true freedom. Peace.